media is a pretty new thing, with most modern social media sites being created in the mid to late 2000s, with apps such as Instagram barely being over a decade old. And with its quick rise in such a short amount of time and the amount of people who use it on a day-to-day basis, celebrities grown through it will also grow very quickly, especially faster than celebrities having to rise amongst the ranks before they get well known. And with the celebrities rising quickly, this also causes the culture around said creators to grow quickly. Not only that, but these new social medias allow the fans of these new celebrities to feel way more connected to them than ever before. Back before social media, the most you could really do to catch up on a celebrity you liked was by listening to whatever new music or movie or whatever they produced and maybe seeing them being interviewed on TV or the radio. But now, thanks to social media, people can see these celebrities' current thoughts and everything they're up to at all times. And this can make it seem like they're more connected with their favorite artists than ever before. OMG, this celebrity I like eats pie. He even posted on Instagram. I also eat pie. I relate to him. It's like I know him. This mindset, of course, can lead to unhealthy behavior if not checked. And this is where stan culture comes in. The word stan was first introduced through an Eminem song. The word in the song being a combination of the words stalker and fan. And in the song, Eminem sings about a fan who grew so obsessed with him that they drove off a bridge with their pregnant girlfriend because Eminem wouldn't write to him back. The word soon became popular within the K-pop community and began being seen as a much more positive thing to stan a K-pop group. Of course, however, this was memed to death as K-pop stans became soon known throughout Twitter for posting unrelated fan cams under tweets that had, literally nothing to do with K-pop. My dog died today. Rest in peace, little buddy. Maybe if your dog stan Luna. And of course, as of recent, there has been much controversy surrounding stans of Minecraft YouTubers, mainly the Dream SMP, both from people who support and hate the fandom. And here's my take on it all. First, stans themselves, particularly the really obsessed ones. Profile picture, banner, bio that says that insert YouTuber took a breath in a town 200 miles away from you on September 25th, 2017. And honestly, I think a lot of these people are simply just struggling to find their own identity, as stans tend to be younger teens. And as such, their personality hasn't really fully developed yet as they still go through growth and puberty. And until that package arrives, they try to focus their personality around the lives of another person to fill in that gap. And the culture this creates when left unchecked is honestly kind of sad to me. I've heard the comparison that stans like these are basically just doing the same thing sports fans do. You see it all the time with sports fans having their accounts revolve around a sports team or person they like, and that's been normalized and seen as common, and so shouldn't standing be seen as a normal thing? However, it's a hive mind that causes a person to be held to this high standard that most people can't be achieved. And yes, this happens in sports too, but that's a debate for another day. There's nothing wrong with being a fan or even looking up to somebody, especially if you feel they've helped you overcome your depression or something, and that's why a lot of people start standing. However, many people have formed such a high look on someone that you can't imagine the possibility of them possibly doing something wrong. It's almost like these people worship them as gods. They wake up every day and all they can think about is that person, seeing everything they're up to at all times. Some of the super extreme ones even going as far as sending threats to others who dare criticize said person. I think insert celebrity is overrated. Go burn in a fire with your whole family. And again, this creates an unhealthy mindset of no creativity and individual thinking, instead focusing all your time and energy around someone else rather than yourself. It's because these people feel that these celebrities are meant to be worshipped and idolized, and since behavior has become normalized, it seems normal to do this now. Now, of course, there's nothing wrong with being a fan of a creator, even a mega fan. Liking every tweet and everything they do, making fan art occasionally, that's okay, as long as it isn't your entire online presence. People should get to know you for, well, being you, not the YouTuber or celebrity you focus your entire personality about. Look at this fake account right here and try to tell me if you can tell me anything about them as a person just by a quick glance. Well, you can tell they're male, are fans of the Chicago Cubs, go to the University of Illinois, are 18, and hey, even like a popular YouTuber. This right here is a super fan. You like a person's content a lot, even enough so to put it in their bio, and they occasionally retweet their tweets and make fan art and post it to their account. However, their account isn't entirely centered around said person, and you can tell a lot about who they are. And now, look at this account. What can you tell me about this person besides the fact they like a certain celebrity? You can't, and that's not a good thing in my opinion. And the culture this creates is one of monitoring for the celebrity. Everything the celebrity is doing now is being watched at all times. Eyes are always on them for both these super fans and the people who want to see both the fandom and the celebrity get taken down, and we'll talk about that later. And when a flaw comes up, this person that these people thought were absolutely perfect are suddenly shown to not be. And this creates another controversial thing. Cancel culture. The things that everyone claims need to be stopped, but then participates in the next time it happens. And I've done it too, I'm not any better. I mean, when everyone is talking about a bad thing that someone did, it's easy to join on it. The hate train is very appealing. It's shiny and covered in glitter, and I mean, who wouldn't hop on it? And honestly, cancel culture isn't all bad. Some of the people that get canceled are actually found out to be terrible people who have done horrible things. And some of these people absolutely deserve to be deplatformed and ruined for their actions. However, nowadays these kinds of cancellations seem few and far between. And nowadays, people tend to get canceled for making an offensive joke / just bad take years ago. Or for making a joke about something they don't fully understand. Like when the Odd Ones Out got canceled for making fun of /S because he didn't know those were tone indicators used for neurodivergent people. Look, I agree people need to be held accountable for their actions, even past ones. But what I'm trying to say is you don't have to agree with everything a person said and done. That's fine. Oftentimes when I see people canceled, I'll highly disagree with what the person said that they're being canceled for, but also I'll disagree with how they're being treated for what they said. Because here's the thing that people forget. People change. Yes, they should be held accountable, absolutely. But they shouldn't have their entire careers ruined because of a messed up thing they said 10 years ago. Unless it's like, really bad. Because, again, people change, especially over multiple years. I mean, even this past year, I've massively changed both my political and belief stance. And I'm sure this is the same for a lot of people. Besides, we can all probably think of dumb things we've said / done in the past that we fully regret and have completely changed as a person since then. I have, and you have as well. You're not perfect and you can't deny that. I get it. When you spend so long looking up and idolizing a person, any wrongdoing makes it seem like a betrayal. But we're all flawed. You have every right to stop supporting a creator after something bad about them is dug up. However, if it's not something worth someone's career getting ruined over, don't ruin their career. It's that simple. There's one last point though, before I end off this video. And this is something that I haven't really seen being discussed before. You see, we spent this whole video discussing extreme stan culture and how it's bad. But there's also the opposite way, the extreme anti-stans. You see, throughout this video, I haven't been actually attacking stans. I've just been pointing out the issues with the culture it creates and how it doesn't lead to individual thinking. However, I personally have no actual problems with stans. Yes, I find extreme stan culture weird and unhealthy, but if you want to do it, then you do you. Just don't be overly weird and creepy and don't set threats to people, and I have no issues with it. However, there are the other people, and that's the people who take hating on stans way too far. Also known as antis, according to DreamStans. I will not be using that term, by the way, because it's cringe. Anyways, a lot of these anti-stans, they're not all like this, but it's become very noticeable on Twitter. They become a loud minority, just like the really bad stans have become. Stan culture, of course, has plenty to criticize. That's been this entire video. However, I've also seen some of these people sending threats to these stans, despite the fact that one of the claimed reasons they send these threats is because they were doing it themselves. Like, that's not what needs to be taken here. Like, if you're fighting a fire in a building, you don't try putting it out by adding more fire. You're just gonna burn down the building quicker. Because by sending them threats and attacking them, rather than trying to talk them out of their weird behavior, this further gives some of these stans a reason to believe that all antis are bad, and just hate on stans because they're majority female? What? Remember, most of these stans are young, and sending threats to them instead of trying to talk them out of their weird stan behavior can either further make them a worse stan on behalf of, look at how bad these anti-stans are, and the same goes the other way too, or B, can really hurt these people. So, in conclusion, there's nothing wrong with really supporting a creator. However, having your entire online presence about said YouTuber and idolizing them to such an extreme can become incredibly unhealthy and obsessive. Cancel culture needs a better job at only canceling people who actually deserve to have their careers ruined, such as child predators and racists. And you shouldn't send threats to stans just for being stans. So, yeah, these are my problems with stans, cancel culture, and even anti-stans. Boy, this is a really long and controversial video to make. What's my next video again?
This is amazing!
Oh. Great.